We are always wasteful in a time of abundance. The more we have, the more we waste. So when you have a lot of money, you'll pick up stuff on impulse. When you're sitting at the table and you have plenty of food, you can have as much as you want or leave stuff on the plate. It's fine, there's plenty, right? If it's the last potato on the plate, everybody sits there politely thinking who's going to have it. When this is the last jar of jam I have of a kind, I think very carefully about how I'm going to eat it, and I'm scraping out the end of it. So when it's all you have, you take care of it in a more conscious way. And so because we are in a world in this country where we do have plenty, most of us, we are wasteful, and I do feel bad about that. It is a mindfulness, first of all, an understanding of that need that, most of us don't think about that. There's plenty of food to go around. It's just not getting to the right places, and that's the issue. How they solve it, I don't know. It's not my area. But I know that when I went in to write this, I was thinking of this fruit gleaning and harvesting that was being done around the country as part of that solution. And at the end I realized it's not what it's about. You're not going to pick enough fruit to feed someone, and you can't just live off of fruit. It doesn't work that way. But what it does is it makes us more mindful about food, where it grows. To me, we've got to switch to the concept of community fruit trees or urban orchards. That makes way more sense to me, so that you can walk down the street, and if you need an apple, you can take an apple.
Okay, so Not Far From the Tree started in 2008. The founder, Laura Rinsberg, was asked to lead a picking activity at the Spaghetti Museum. That's when she realized, after that experience, that Toronto is filled with fruit trees, like everywhere. And she was kind of like, well, maybe we can pick these and donate them to some food banks. So the fruit that we donate, it's been turned into meals. It has been added to like grocery boxes that service agencies give to their clients. It's also been like turned into just other like products that service agencies use for fundraising. So one of our clients will take the fruit that we give them. They'll do a preserving workshop with their clients, so that they can like make jam or whatever and like learn that process. And then at a farmer's market, they will then sell the jam, which then the funds go directly back into the program. And like having that social cohesion, that's the cool thing about Not Far From the Trees, that our volunteer pickers come from all over the GTA, even though our catchment area like stops at, like Victoria Park, and like really stops at like Scarborough, Etobicoke, and doesn't really pass St. Clair, and like goes to the water. It's really nice to bring people from different parts of the city together over this like 2-hour activity where you don't need to be on your phone, you don't need to talk about work, you don't even need to talk. Like there's some folks that come and they just like being outside and like reconnecting with nature. Like your neighbor could be food insecure and you would never know. And like having access to food is like a human right. Like no one should be going hungry. Like nobody, period, like full stop.
The idea that you plant a tree not for yourself but for the people who come after. We take care of this planet, we're just stewards taking care of it for the people who come after, and a fruit tree is a really good example of that. I kind of think of these apple trees in that light, that they were planted and left behind so that we could enjoy it. And I will say, very similar to students, there's something that endures. Like this is a very transient area. Students come and they go, people come and they go out of care. the apple trees have been here forever, watching over all of us and, you know, providing food for all of us too. We comb out anything that has an imperfection. We comb out anything that isn't perfect, or that we don't recognize. And so we end up with this idea of perfection that isn't real in nature. I mean, look at these trees. They're all gnarly and, you know, they're not grown perfectly, but the fruit is still fruit. It's still edible. When I come off the roof with my bounty and my family laughs at me, really, Mom? Like, wow, 2 zucchinis and they're all bent. I said, yeah, but we're going to eat them. Like every piece of them, we're not going to waste this. And that is where that mindfulness comes from, that it's all the sweeter when you grew it yourself.